Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. You want to know the real reason why Meghan and Harry left the royal family? You're in the right place. I'm about to give you my opinion as well. So let's get this tea and let's get this coffee. Let's get with it. First, I want to mention that according to Gail's interview with Oprah, Oprah stated that the interview with Meghan and Harry was an actual total of 3 hours and 20 minutes long. Oprah and her staff had to edit the interview down to 1 hour and 5 minutes. So why did Harry and Meghan leave the royal family? Before we get into the nitty gritty, Meghan and Harry decided and prepared many months before moving to Canada. See, they moved to Canada first when they moved out of the royal house, and then later on they moved to California. But anyways, the Queen stated on January 18, 2021, that following many months of conversations, this is a quote, following many months of conversations and more recent discussions, I am pleased that together we have found constructive and supportive way forward for my grandson and his family. Okay, the understanding that Oprah received from Harry that there are people surrounding the family who are advisors to the family who have been with the royal family a very long time, which is a part of the hierarchical structure, and they give a lot of input. They give a lot of input to the media. They give a lot of input to the inside of the family members. Now, remember, when Oprah does this interview, a lot of this is not in the interview, but according to Oprah, Meghan and Harry agreed to do the interview, although they both knew it would put thorns in the royal family. They did not get paid for Oprah's interview. Usually Harry asked for $1 million for an interview, but again, Oprah did not pay him for this interview. They did the interview because, according to Oprah's, she stated, the interview with Gail, she stated that Meghan and Harry stated, because when you have been lied about for a series of years in your office and in your own family, somebody is saying things about you that are not true, and how hurtful that is. And if you are online and you read the comments that someone has said about you and you continue to see those comments, how hurtful that is. So imagine that for a period of months and years, and you know that it is not true. Oprah also stated in the interview with her best friend Gail that before the actual interview, Meghan and Harry asked Oprah what her intentions were for the interview, and they in turn stated what their intentions were for the interview. So they both agreed on what they were going to talk about. So in other words, the interview was well prepared with questions that were going to be asked and the responsive answers that were going to be given. Now, Harry specifically informed Oprah before the interview that it was not his grandmother or grandfather that made the statement. If Harry and Meghan's son, Archie, was going to be born with black skin, someone in the royal family was afraid that the baby was going to be born with black skin because everyone knows that Meghan is black. Her mother's black, her father's white. Anyways, Harry refused to tell Oprah who stated the accusation of their son that was going to be born with colored skin. She also asked during the interview, and she asked before the interview, and Harry is not going to tell. He's not telling it. Now, let me give you a brief history before we continue. Meghan and Harry got engaged in 2017 and decided to leave the royal family 2 years ago. They first moved to Canada, then in March of 2020, they moved to California. Then in January of 2020, Harry and Meghan officially stepped away from their royal duties because they did not no longer wanted to be a part of the royal family. And then they became entrepreneurs by making a deal with Netflix. Netflix does the movies, the shows, etc. They are now television producers since September of 2020. In the interview, Meghan says to Oprah that she does not understand how the royal family expected her and Harry to still be silent after all this time.
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent.
Meghan says she was silenced by the royal family. Her advocacy was always to have women use their voice.
The last 4 years, I've advocated for so long for women to use their voice, was silent.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
The latter.
Meghan, I want to say this to you. I pray you are devoted and just as much in love with Harry as he is in love with you, because Harry cleaved to his wife, you. He left his entire royal family. He gave up everything to make you and him happy. Okay, here's the kicker that everyone was shocked about with Meghan, her mental issue. Even Oprah was shocked.
You've said some pretty shocking things here, revealing.
I wasn't planning to say anything shocking. I'm just telling you what's happened.
Okay.
I'm sorry if it shocked you. It's been a lot.
Meghan admitted in the interview that she had suicidal thoughts.
I'm ashamed to have to admit it to Harry, especially, because I know how much loss he's suffered.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that if I didn't say it, that I would do it, and I just didn't want to be alive anymore, and I needed to go somewhere, and I was told that I couldn't, that it wouldn't be good for the institution.
So were you thinking of harming yourself? Were you having suicidal thoughts?
Yes, this was very, very clear. We had to go to this event, and I remember him saying, I don't think you can go, and I said, I can't be left alone.
Because you were afraid of what you might do to yourself? I'm so sorry to hear that.
I went to a very dark place as well.
Did you tell other people in the family, I need to get help for her, we need help for her?
That's just not a conversation that would be had.
Why?
I guess I was ashamed of admitting it to them. I didn't have anyone to turn to.
And through being
Yes, but what was different
exploited.
for me was the race element, because now it wasn't just about her, but it was about what she represents. And therefore it wasn't just affecting my wife, it was affecting so many other people.
I share this because there are so many people who are afraid to voice that they need help. And I know personally how hard it is to not just voice it, but when you voice it, to be told no.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure out who in the family thought that the baby was going to turn out with black skin. You know, Meghan and Harry's baby, Archie. I'm thinking it's probably the brother or either the father. I don't think it's the mother-in-law. I said mother-in-law. I don't think it's the stepmom, which is the dad's wife. Because usually stepmoms, you want to blast out everything, you'll tell it. But anyway, whoever it is, he's protecting them. He doesn't want to make them look bad. So again, I think it's the father or either it's the brother. Anywho, I just want to say, Meghan, your husband really, really loves you. Please, I'm begging you, be good to him. He gave up everything, just to make you happy. Because you could tell he truly loves you. Anyways, you guys click that like. Let me know your comments, what y'all think as well. But you guys click that like, click that share, click that notification bell. And please, come back for more videos, because I promise you, I will not only bring you the tea, but I will bring you the coffee too. Thank you. Love you. Bye.